First off, before we get started, if you like this game or any other games like it, make sure you subscribe to the channel because you are definitely among the right crowd. When it comes to playing Skyrim, there are a ton of different ways to actually get around to beating the game, though there are really only two main ways to beat the game. The first is the way the game was actually designed to be played, by going down certain paths, by gathering resources to brew potions and to cook food, by mining your own ore to get armor, and so on. It is to the point to where the developers actually wrote a book on how they say you should go about beating the game. And then there is the way that players actually get around to beating the game. Ignore pathways with the same eagerness you use to ignore your crush off with somebody else. Just jump up the sides of mountains, cross through the deepest of rivers, and sprint through any forested area that you come across instead of staying on the path. It is to the point that many players do not even know if there is a path in place. Just Skyrim jump your way to victory. There's a reason why the term Skyrim jump is so popular. Pretty much nobody focuses on making food for themselves, to the point to where cooking is one of the most underused functions in the game. It does offer more benefits than other things do in the game, but they are too minor to warrant the amount of effort you have to put into actually gathering the resources and cooking the food that you need to be able to get these buffs. You're better off eating 7 whole cheese wheels in the middle of battle than trying to get a fancy feast level of cuisine on par. The only time a player is going to gather what they need to actually make potions in the game is whenever they're looking to increase their skill levels or sell potions for a profit. But for the most part, any potions a player uses is typically going to be ones that are store-bought. Potion use in the game is not a mechanic that is often used outside of hard difficulties and when a player finds themselves in tight spots in combat. Being able to freeze time in a bad situation so you can down 17 potions to heal you and regain your stamina is useful, but it is very uncommon on easier playthroughs. For the most part, spells that the user can cast and enchantments on weapons or armor that give a permanent buff are where many people kind of lean outside of the most dire of situations. The game has that intention of wanting you to go off and gather what you need to make these potions, but it is just so much more effective just to go to your nearest city and buy much, much better potions for the rare times where you find that you might actually need to use them. Mining in the game to get your own ore, to smelt your own armor, is another thing that most people only do to kinda level up their skills. The things you can buy and the items you are rewarded dramatically outweigh the hours and hours necessary in order to grind and level up your character to be able to forge anything that is worth any value. You can literally just stack overpowered enchanted items on your person that you earn from your quests, and you basically become a god. Skyrim is a fantastic example of somebody making something and the people who actually use it do so in a completely different way than what was intended. I have no idea how the creators of the game were expecting it to be played, but I am betting that they pretty much saw this coming. Most of the trails in the map can't even be seen without actually really looking on the ground and trying to figure out if you're actually on a trail. It is to a point to where the trails are more or less like guidelines that just kind of help a player find their way rather than actual paths for a player to follow. Skyrim being one of those games where you can just decide that you're going to do literally whatever you want and the game just kind of allows it. That's one of the things that makes the game so enjoyable and immersive. You're not forced down a specific path or down a specific way like a lot of other games force you to. That being said, those ways still exist in the game. It's not like the creators just kind of ignored how you're going to get to your particular destination. No, it's more the players just kind of ignore how they are supposed to get to their particular destination. So that right there is my 2 cents on this particular subject. I'm going to go ahead and say thanks for watching. I appreciate your time. Like, subscribe, share, and I will see you guys on the next episode.